Yeah, for sure. I think it already started. I'm pretty sure this is gonna get worse from now on.
Declining theatre attendance, rising
Yep.
ticket prices, disappointing box office returns, shrinking theatrical
Yeah.
windows, and now major studio buyouts by streaming giants. It's fair to say that
Oh shit. Didn't know Warner's Bros was so big. I mean, I know it's in Hollywood, but I didn't know they had all that money.
2025 has been a rough old year for Tinseltown, for movie theatres, for audiences, and the entire movie industry. But here's
Yeah.
the thing, these aren't bugs anymore. They're
Okay, so basically, I think that movie theaters are dying because they use so expensive, brother. Honestly, they're just so expensive to watch a 3D movie. Because a 2D is already expensive, but like, to watch a 3D movie or a 4D movie, brother, you're gonna you gotta spend like a lot of money. I don't know how much.
features of a changing entertainment landscape, a changing culture, and a changing perception of what films even mean to us now. The recent
Yeah.
news that Netflix have officially won the bidding war to buy out Warner Brothers and their entire catalogue of IPs seems to have thrown the entire industry
Oh.
into a tailspin. Damn man, they've even petitioned the dreaded Orange Man to intervene and block the deal, as if the fucking White House has got any
Okay.
say over corporate mergers. The major fear in Hollywood is that Netflix will gradually move away from the theatrical model and
Can
transition
happen.
movies almost entirely to streaming. And well, they probably should be afraid of that because I'm pretty sure that's the plan all along. But
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
see, like I feel like they used to look so comfortable there. I feel like people just are exchanging the movie theaters for just being alone at home. I mean, of course, if you're homeless, you gotta go to the movie theater. But like, what I mean is like you have to like people is already changing. Like they don't want to go to the movie theaters and spend so much money to sit there for a very bad quality, bro. They just rather be at home on your sofa and chilling. You buy your stuff, and it'll be some more better experience.
just the actions of a single streaming giant that wants to destroy movie theaters purely for shits and giggles. It's a simple reflection of the reality facing the movie industry now. A reality that's been knocking on the door of Hollywood with increasing volume
Yeah.
and declining patience for years now and isn't going to be put off for much longer. It's time for some harsh truths, dear viewer, and the drinker is the one to administer them.
Yeah,
The
that's true.
theatrical movie experience
Okay, the thing is like, wait.
as we knew it is dying. It's not in a temporary slump. It's not just going through a bad spell right now. It doesn't need
Yeah, look, so honestly, like, I guess it's most like also because listen, you're going to the movie theaters and you're spending all this money. I bet there's so much people also, like you have to handle all these people because probably there are some people that I don't know. You're gonna take the risk that probably a Batman is gonna show up in the middle of the movie and just kill everyone. You know what I mean? And you don't want that shit. It's a public space. You have people around that probably gonna bring their babies. People with I don't know with the phones, the little phones or shit like that. So yeah, it's just not enjoyable at all, dude. It's not enjoyable at all.
to hang in there until things pick up again, and you can't keep blaming it on fucking COVID.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
The fact
Ooh,
is, it's not going to
what's that?
get better. What we're seeing now are the final stages of a process that started decades ago. To
Yeah.
understand it, let us discuss the theatrical movie experience as we know it today, shall we? Now, imagine for a second that you're a typical American family man
Okay.
with a wife and two kids. You
Okay.
work a slightly unfulfilling corporate job that teenage you would probably be horrified by, but
Ooh.
hey, it pays the bills, so whatever, I guess. And yeah, the sex is more of a predictable weekly ritual now than an exciting experience to look forward to, and you're harboring a growing suspicion that a divorce could be on the cards once the kids have flown the nest and there's nothing left to hold the two of you
Oh
together,
shit.
but let's not
Wait, hold on. Hold on. That was hard. That was actually very hard. Hold on. That was very hard.
now. For today at least, you want to take the family out to the movies. So you drive for 30 minutes in heavy traffic to get to your local theatre. You
Okay.
buy the tickets, which cost like $20 each, because of course
Oh
the
shit.
kids just have to see the film in IMAX. Then you have to buy overpriced drinks and snacks because nobody can just sit through a 2 hour movie without
See, that's
shoveling
what I'm saying. Like, are you telling me that they're spending more than what for a dad with two kids, more than $100 to go to the movies? even with food, that's a lot, brother. That's a lot. They should make it more affordable. You should spend like at least $100, bro. But I'm pretty sure that you spend $100 only on the seats, and they spend another $100 or probably more on the food if you buy food. Because I don't even know the first person that actually buy food inside the movies. You know, every single friend that I have or everyone that I know, bro, they just even can fucking sneak the snack on their fucking bowls and they'll be okay. You know, they rather be that. Look at this. Look at this guy's bowl. The one on the middle. Like he has a snack. He have literally a snack right there. You can't tell me that he's not. Look at this packet. The fuck. Okay.
A constant stream of food and drink down their throats. Then you take your seats, which smell a bit weird and have a suspiciously sticky patch around the crotch area that hasn't been cleaned. But let's not worry too much about that. And oh dear, it seems like there's...
Yeah, the thing is like no, most of the movie theaters around pretty much the states, they're disgusting, bro. They're not that good. Like there's only a few that are actually nice. Because of the rest, they just can't. They smell like popcorns with pee inside there.
There's a bunch of teenagers sat right behind you. What are the odds, eh? I hope you like eavesdropping because you're going to be hearing them talk about every single detail of their lives throughout the entire movie. But hey, it's just part of the theatre experience, right? Oh yeah, and half the people around you already have their phones out, one or two are watching TikTok videos with the volume turned way up, and one guy's having a full-on argument with his girlfriend on speakerphone. But hey, it's just part of the experience, am I right? So you settle in as the lights go down, and you try to ignore the teenagers behind you and the people who are still filtering in and tripping over people because the lights are off now, because it's time for trailers.
Oh shit, yeah. See the same reaction. What the fuck was that, bro? Oh, I forgot the trailers, dude. I forgot the fucking trailers. Listen. I forgot how much I hate going to movie theaters, and now I know why. You know what? Now I know why. And I will never go again. I will take this decision right now. I forgot it. Why am I going? You know what?
Well, actually, it's time for the commercials first. Usually for luxury cars you're never going to be able to afford. Then after 15 minutes or so, you're deemed worthy to watch the trailers. Then another 20 minutes after that, it's finally movie time. But oh no, now your 5-year-old daughter decides that she really needs to go to the bathroom because all that soda has to go somewhere, right?
Okay,
So
yeah,
you
like that's the thing. Like people after COVID, I feel like they're just getting more, asocial. Yeah, that's the word. They're getting more asocial, bro. They just don't like to be around because they know they can have their private space doing the whole whatever they want. And now you don't want to just go out and be around all these people that probably can bother your presence on there, So, yeah, for that price, it's only the price. Cool.
Stumble your way to her feet and pissing off everyone else around you in the process, and you take her outside so she can go for a piss, and eventually you make it back to your seat, and yeah, you've missed the first 10 minutes of the movie now, but hey, it's all part of the experience, right? So you finally settle down to watch the film, and you try to ignore the gossiping teenagers and the people on their phones, and the stomach churning sound of food getting shoveled into faces, and the smell of sweaty, unwashed bodies, and just concentrate on the pure cinema experience.
Even that's true. Like, do you think they actually clean the movie theater seats? Because there's a bunch of people that sit right there, brother. So do you think they actually clean it? There's someone that actually goes and clean the whole seats because there's sweaty people. There's sweaty people. Probably you just get out of a gym session or, you can even be a homeless person and go to the movies and you sit right there and the next, you're all clean, all clean like this. I'll go sit there on the same seats that this guy sits, bro.
Wait, isn't this just a remake of an animated movie you saw when you were a kid?
Son of a...
Oh, I know which one.
About 3 hours and several bathroom breaks later, you finally make it home, tired, mildly pissed off, and about $100
I'm pretty sure I'll be.
And you find yourself asking the question, what the fuck was the point in any of that? So, with all that in mind, is it any wonder that more and more people are just opting out of movie theaters altogether? Like, be honest with yourself for a second. Unless
Yeah.
you're a genuine cinephile who needs to see everything on the biggest screen imaginable, is it really worth the time, the hassle, the expense, the irritation, and the discomfort just to see something that will probably be
Yep,
available
that's
on
true.
streaming in a few weeks anyway?
See, that's the thing. That's what I said just at the beginning. Like, bro, people just gonna watch it on the movies. People just gonna watch it on the movies on their phone. Like, they can just pay $6, or if you don't have a house, you can just stay in your next McDonald's for 2 hours. Lay down on the seat and watch the movie. You're gonna be more comfortable. I swear of God. So even for homeless people, it's way more easier.
Which brings me neatly along to my second point, the alternative. The appeal of the movie experience was always in the scale and spectacle, because until pretty recently, nothing in your home could ever hope to compete with it. Not anymore, however. These days,
the
like
best.
$1,000 or less will get you a pretty serious home cinema setup. A setup that's ready to go whenever you want it. Where you
Yeah,
don't have to
that's
drive for
true.
half an hour just to get there.
That's true. That's true. And you also have to pay gas for driving, dude. Gas is so expensive right now, dude. Come on. Come on. It's just not affordable at all. And also, you can also, for $300, I'd rather not take my family, and for $300, I can buy my own. I can build my own cinema at home.
Or
Look, I
shell
don't
out
need
for
to spend all
overpriced
this.
snacks, or sit through endless trailers and commercials for the privilege of watching something that you've already paid for, or
Yeah.
be forced to share the experience with a bunch of strangers who can spoil your enjoyment at any time they want, where you can pause the movie whenever you want and never miss a second of it. And most importantly,
look
where
so
the whole
happy
thing
there.
doesn't set you back more than $100 a pop. It's a trade-off for
Ooh.
sure, a trade-off between spectacle on one side and comfort and convenience on the other, and
Yeah.
the fact is, that trade-off's getting more and more appealing for the average person every single year. When you get right down to it, the harsh reality is that movie theaters are an outdated form of entertainment now.
Yeah,
A
that's
holdover from
what
the 20th
happens.
century that's been propped up beyond its time by one simple philosophy.
Well, to be honest, the last time that I've been to the movies, I haven't watched that even people around. Because people is realizing that it's a waste of time. I think actors, I don't know how actors are doing, but like actors, I guess they also, like, every time you buy a movie for all these platforms, I guess they get paid because of that. Because, bro, I don't think they can get paid from being in a movie anymore. You know?
More. Gigantic budgets, more visual effects, bigger screens, louder sound systems. Studios and theatres have been locked into a cinematic arms race for decades now, pushing technology and spectacle as far as
Yep.
they could go until finally they hit an evolutionary dead end. It was always going to happen, it was just a question of when. And as it happens, the answer is now. So what does it all mean? Is this the end of Hollywood? The end of movies? The end of the world as we know it? No,
Yeah,
of course not.
I think it's the end. I think it's pretty much the end. I think that the next generation is gonna take over. It's gonna be really boring with this shit because they actually are getting raised because of that. They're getting raised with this. They're getting raised with the TikTok, with the platforms, with the social media. They're not gonna have attention for going 2 hours and sit right there and watch a movie for 2 hours. Yep, I said it. Oh, I say it.
No, there's always going to be a demand for entertainment. That'll never change. It's just the method of delivery
We're getting old.
that's evolving. People are going to watch more movies in the comfort of their own homes. It's inevitable. Theatrical windows are going to get shorter and probably
Yep.
vanish altogether eventually, so that movies will get released simultaneously onto streaming and theatrical.
See,
Movie
sometimes you can even, bro. That's true. If you go with your girlfriend, brother, like, you can even, like, show affection like it should be. You should show affection there. You should be like, something comfortable where you, but it's not anymore. It's not anymore. You're trying to show attention, give it a kiss to your girlfriend, and then you have a Majin Buu next to you, smelling like fucking onion at 4 a.m. in the morning. So it's like, it's not. It's not. It's just not it.
theaters will still exist to some extent, but just like the old musical theatres from the 19th century, they'll become a much more niche experience, reserved for film buffs and occasional
Mhm.
big event movies that people can't afford to miss. Box office revenues are going to
That's
keep
true.
declining until eventually they become obsolete metrics, and a film's real success will be determined by the number of hours watched on streaming, none of which will be
Ooh.
independently verifiable, allowing studios to hide massive and embarrassing flops behind subscription
Makes sense.
walls.
Makes a lot of
And as for
sense,
the
honestly.
studios themselves, I'd expect more and more of them to be bought over by streaming and tech giants like Netflix, Apple, and Amazon in the years ahead.
Yeah.
Businesses that make their real money elsewhere and can easily afford to pump billions
Everything is getting online now. Like everything is online now. Like things like physical shops in general, I think it's just everywhere. Everything's just more expensive in general. If you want to go to dinner or whatever, everything is just getting more expensive in general, and also it's getting online, bro. Like you can do more things from home. If you go to Amazon, I don't know if you guys knew about this, but if you go to Amazon and you're trying to buy a glasses, they even have the 3D image, so you can put the glasses on and see if you like them, bro. So I was like, of course, I'll do everything from home. Like nowadays, the next generation is gonna do everything from home.
dollars into film and TV production, even if a lot of it never actually turns a profit. Do I like where all this is going?
Yep,
Not
they're
really,
so happy,
because
you see?
despite all their flaws, I think there is still something kind of special about going into a movie theater and just losing
I don't
yourself
think
in
so.
a film for a couple of hours. But pretending this stuff isn't happening or that it can be magically reversed is like telling yourself that internet cafes or public payphones or video rental stores are going to make a comeback someday.
Yeah, I don't think
They
so.
won't, because the moment technology made these things irrelevant, the culture quickly adapted to live
Yeah.
without them. Movie theaters are dying out, and the Hollywood system that relied on them is dying along with them. Whether something better eventually comes to replace them is anyone's guess. Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Hey, man, that's true. That's completely true, man. And you know what? From now on, I honestly have a thought, and the U.S. government should use demolish every movie theater and build more homeless shelters. That's all. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys. Thank you for seeing me.